Imagine landing in a country where three languages flow through one sentence, food costs less than your daily coffee back home, and strangers call you boss or bro like they've known you for years. Sounds perfect, right? I thought so too. But here's the truth, moving to Malaysia in 2025 is amazing, yet there are things I really wish someone had told me before I packed my bags. If you're thinking of moving here, or already planning your flight, stay with me, because the last point surprised me the most. Before I even talk about jobs, visas, or money, let me say this, Malaysia doesn't slowly welcome you, it pulls you in. From day one, you feel included. But that warmth comes with layers you only understand once you live here. First thing I wish I knew, Malaysia is way more multicultural than you imagine. Yes, you hear about Malays, Chinese, and Indians, but living here is different. One morning you're eating nasi lemak, by lunch it's char kway teow, and at night you're invited to Deepavali or Raya open houses. And here's the twist, this diversity isn't divided. It works. People respect each other's cultures in a way that feels natural, not forced. Quick question, have you ever lived somewhere where different cultures don't just coexist, but genuinely celebrate each other? Now let's talk language. I assumed English would be okay. I didn't expect it to be this good. In 2025, Malaysia's English proficiency is one of its biggest quiet advantages. Government offices, universities, hospitals, startups, English works almost everywhere. But what I didn't know is how much people appreciate you trying Bahasa Malaysia. Even a simple terima kasih changes how people treat you. Suddenly smiles get bigger, conversations get warmer. Malaysians don't expect perfection, just effort. Around minute 3, here's something most relocation videos don't tell you, life here is calm, until it's not. Malaysia is peaceful, safe, and emotionally easy to live in, but cities like Kuala Lumpur move fast. Traffic can test your patience, especially during rainstorms that come out of nowhere. One moment it's sunny, next moment the sky opens up like a waterfall. I wish I knew to always carry an umbrella. Sounds small, but you'll thank me later. Let's talk money, because this is where many people fall in love with Malaysia. Cost of living in 2025 is still shockingly reasonable compared to Western countries or even some Asian capitals. Rent, food, transport, it all feels fair. But here's the surprise twist, lifestyle creep is real. With food delivery, cafes, weekend trips, and shopping malls everywhere, you can easily spend more than planned. Malaysia gives you comfort, and comfort can quietly drain your wallet if you're not mindful. Now pause for a second, what matters more to you when moving abroad, saving money or living comfortably? In Malaysia, you can actually balance both if you're intentional. Another thing I wish I knew, Malaysia runs on relationships. Paperwork matters, but people matter more. Whether it's finding a job, extending a visa, or even renting a place, knowing someone helps. Not in a corrupt way, more in a human way. People guide you, explain things, and genuinely want to help. This country still values community, and that's something many modern societies have lost. Around the halfway point, here's a big emotional surprise. Homesickness hits differently here. Because Malaysia feels so welcoming, you might feel guilty missing home. You'll think, why do I miss my country when life here is good? That's normal. Malaysia doesn't replace your home, it becomes another one. And that's something special. Let me tell you something that made me respect Malaysia deeply. This country doesn't shout about its achievements, but it should. World-class infrastructure, some of Southeast Asia's best universities, a booming digital economy, halal industry leadership, and one of the most stable environments for foreigners in the region. In 2025, Malaysia quietly attracts students, professionals, and entrepreneurs from all over the world, and makes them feel safe doing so. That's not accidental. That's intentional nation building. Quick check-in, if you're enjoying this so far, imagine how many people planning to move abroad could benefit from this perspective. Now, about work culture. Malaysians work hard, but they value harmony. Aggressive behavior doesn't impress here, respect does. Meetings are polite, hierarchy matters, and saving face is important. I wish I knew earlier that listening quietly can be more powerful than speaking loudly. Once you adapt, work life becomes smoother and less stressful. Food deserves its own moment. Malaysian food will ruin you, in the best way. Street food here isn't just cheap, it's legendary. But here's what I didn't expect: food is how Malaysians bond. Invitations often start with, "Have you eaten?" Saying no too often might confuse people. Meals are conversations, friendships, and comfort all in one. As we move toward the end, here's the biggest thing I wish I knew. Malaysia teaches you balance. Ambition without chaos. Tradition without rigidity. Modern life without losing humanity. You slow down without falling behind. And in 2025, when the world feels loud and rushed, that balance is priceless. So if you're moving to Malaysia, come prepared, but come open. Respect the culture, learn the basics of the language, manage your money wisely, and let the country change you a little. Because it will. And I'm curious, if you move to Malaysia tomorrow, what's the one thing you'd be most excited or nervous about? Share it below. Someone reading might need your answer more than you think.